Okay, I know what you're thinking. A little while ago, I said that this set here was perfect for Wordle speedrunning. The color patterns that it produces uniquely identify every single word that appears on the answer lists used in speedruns. But now I'm claiming that there's a set that's somehow better than this already perfect set? Clearly, that's impossible. Well, you're right. There isn't a set that's better. There's actually two sets. Let me explain. Now, for this video, I'm going to assume you've seen my previous video about this topic. There's some background and concepts introduced there that we're going to be revisiting. If you haven't, the link will be up there in the corner. Just make sure you come back when you're done. If you remember, speedrunner What's His Bucket found the previous perfect set. As it turns out, he wasn't quite done. He did another search that was similar to the previous one he did, but with some looser restrictions. Last time, I gave a pretty loose overview of the techniques used by What's His Bucket to find the perfect set. Now, while that explanation works for someone trying to understand the technique at an intuitive level, it definitely misses some nuance. Since that video, What's His Bucket has actually made his own video, where he goes over the method he used to find both the previous perfect set and the new sets we'll be talking about today. If you want to learn more, I highly suggest checking it out. There's a link in the description, or you can just click the card up there in the corner. Anyways, what's important to understand is that this search was wider than the previous one, and as such means that more potential perfect sets were evaluated. In the end, this search brought back 10 brand new perfect sets, bringing the total up to 11. So if all these sets are perfect, what makes some better than others? And if there's 11 perfect sets now, why did I only mention 2 of them earlier? To answer these questions, we need to talk about some Wordle speedrunning technique. In the previous video, I mentioned speedrunners use 3 or 4 word starting sets in order to get the word in 4 or 5 guesses. However, advanced runners can take this a step further. Sometimes, when typing your starting set, you can get 5 different colored letters before you're done typing your full set. If you're able to recognize this, you can type the answer before you're done typing all of your starting words. This saves on guesses and thus saves on time. Let's apply this to our perfect sets. Each of these 5-word sets contain a 4-word set that minimizes the number of ambiguous words. If we assume that a runner types those 4 words first when using each set, then the perfect sets with better 4-word sets will save guesses more often, making them better overall. With this in mind, let's first find the best 4-word set in each of our perfect sets. Then, let's order the sets by the ambiguous word count of each of the 4-word sets. Doing this, we can see that bunt, swive, hamal, porgy, flock is only 3rd. 2 sets end up above, with the top set being, and please forgive my pronunciation here, mpret, shawl, clink, fudgy above. Thus, in a practical setting, this set performs the best out of all the known perfect sets, which is why I say it is better than perfect. Of course, this begs the question, what's the viability of this new perfect set? If you recall in the last video, I said 5-word sets are not viable for Wordle speedruns, and I still stand by that sentiment. However, I think mpret, shawl, clink, fudgy above does have a genuine use case which makes it viable, as a learning tool. New Wordle speedrunners often get overwhelmed when they type their 4 words and have no idea what the word is, which can be pretty discouraging. However, if a new runner was using mpret, shawl, clink, fudgy as their 4-word set and encountered this scenario, they would have a follow-up word that would be guaranteed to clear up any ambiguity. This leads to more completed runs and thus more development of skill. Now, obviously I could say this about all of the perfect sets, but this set is the only one to contain a 4-word set with less than 100 ambiguous words. That's around the point in which a 4-word set becomes viable for speedrunning, and there have actually been world records in the past that use sets with similar ambiguity scores. This is to say, mpret, shawl, clink, fudgy is a viable set in its own right, and a runner could put up competitive times with those 4 words alone. Thus, a new runner using this set wouldn't be wasting their time learning a set that would eventually become useless to them. Of course, this strategy isn't perfect. For one, while 4-word sets do still put up good times, the very top times require you to use a 3-word set. Unfortunately, none of these perfect sets contain a 3-word set which is on par with the sets used in speedruns. So while mpret, shawl, clink, fudgy can take you decently far, it's not going to take you to the top of the leaderboard. Additionally, it could be argued that a beginner might just be better off learning one of the better forward sets instead, and just powering through those moments of confusion until they learn the patterns. The idea of using a perfect set to teach new players is just that, an idea. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. Feel free to let me know what you think in the comments, because I would love to get more feedback on this concept. Anyways, that's the video. It took longer to get out than I would have liked since I've been pretty busy with other stuff, but I hope you enjoyed anyways. As always, feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed and want to see more. I managed to squeeze 4 puzzles into this vid, so put the answers down below in the comments if you can solve any of them. Anyways, that's all for me. See ya.